Hey guys, Break here, and today we're going to be talking about gold making now that the Allied races are out and Battle for Azeroth pre-order is here, and the sorts of things that are going to be making you a lot of gold in the next few weeks and months. Now the end of the expansion is notoriously bad for gold making. People stop playing, items become less valuable, people start getting out of markets because they're afraid they're going to become irrelevant with the new expansion and all that. So that can be a problem. But actually, there are some really good opportunities right now because of the whole Allied race and level 110 boost that have been added into the game. Now, it was around 18 or so hours ago that the whole BFA pre-order was announced. It might have been a bit more or a bit less, can't really remember. Anyway, look what I've sold since then. Now, I have not been crafting much at all recently because the auction house API has been down and I've been too lazy to sort of scan the auction house. I've been very lazy basically, but still look at my sales. I know a few of them are kind of irrelevant, but imbued silkweave slippers, so some 850 cloth boots sold for 10k, one of the imperial crowns sold for 11k, another one of the imperial crowns for 11k, one of the dual crafting necks for 10k, and a BOE shoulders for 40k, and then the rest just kind of sell anyway. Now these were some of the only BOE items and gear items I actually had up on the auction house. Crafted gear items, like I said, I've not been crafting. I haven't done the crafting for leatherworking, for basically any of the professions apart from dual crafting. I haven't done any of that for a few weeks, so there's none on the auction house. And I feel if I had all of them, they would have sold even more. But of the ones I did have, look how many have sold. And that's no coincidence, guys. It is, I am sure, because of the 110 boost. So when you pre-order the expansion, you get a 110 boost now, and loads of people are pre-ordering at the moment, so that's pretty cool. And it leads to this phenomenon that we don't really see in the game very often, once every 2 years max, and that is a massive influx in new level 110s. Now, the gear you get is only 870 with a boost, so there's still quite a lot of room. I mean, obviously the crowns are 885, so that's already going to put you ahead and you'll be fine there. Obviously the necks are 850, but the necks have really good stats and like procs and all that, so people will buy them even if it's a slight item level downgrade, because it'll probably be better than the neck you're boosted with. And as for the other stuff, whilst it is 850, such as the slippers, it can be upgraded to 900, so that will put you up at a 30 item level boost, 900 from 870, so people buy, and of course you can get those good stats that you want, and it's going to be putting you ahead, and people do pay for that, guys. And if we think about the people who are buying this gear, well, they're the people who have bought the boost, or bought the expansion. Either way, these people either have money in real life, and paid for it with real life money, or they have money in the game and they got a lot of gold and they paid for it with Battle.net balance. Now either way, whatever they have, that's going to be good for you, because if people have a lot of money in real life, well, guess what, WoW tokens are currently higher than they've ever been basically, so people are going to be buying a lot of WoW tokens at the moment if there's someone who does buy WoW tokens. And at the same time, obviously, if they've got a load of money in the game, they're not going to mind spending gold. Either way, people are going to have a lot of gold to spend, the same people who have boosted these characters, and they're spending it, guys, trust me. And in fact, because a lot of people are still progressing, and loads of people are still progressing on Mythic, the boosts have come out a bit earlier than they usually do before an expansion. Usually everyone's finished by now, I'm pretty sure, not certain, but you know, loads of people are still progressing these raids, and you can boost up characters, you know, get them to 900, get them ready to get into LFR, and then from LFR they can go do all that good stuff, get normal gear, get heroic gear, whatever content they're doing, and they just need that little extra boost, and the boost they're getting is from this crafted gear. So obviously we have the initial influx this weekend of all the boosted characters, but slowly everyone's going to be leveling up as well to try and get this new armor, the cosmetic armor that's in the game. You have to level up yourself for that. Leveling takes a bit longer now, but over the next few weeks and the longer term, people are going to start hitting max level on those leveled up characters, and they'll also start buying the gear. So these next few weeks and months are going to be an absolute amazing time to get crafting. You don't have to have had any experience with the professions before. All you do is you go and pick it up, you go and do the quests from Dalaran so you can unlock all the recipes, and you don't even need rank 2 and 3 guys. Like, I don't even have rank 3s in most of my professions, but I still make a ton of gold. You know, so make sure you go and do that, get the professions ready. Again, you don't have to be level 800, you can be any level for most of the professions, and just get crafting stuff. Look on your server, hopefully TSM starts working soon, or just perform a scan so you can see what is selling well and what's profitable, and then just craft it. And remember guys, you want to have different items in your groups with the different stats. What I mean by this is just have every single possible stat in the groups. My groups are really messy, but they do have the different stats. So if you want to go onto my paste bin, which is in the description, and download my groups, they do have the different stats in, and that's going to make it a lot easier to post, because as you guys saw, I sold those cloth boots for 10k. Not all of the cloth boots go for 10k, it's because they had quite good stats. The cloth boots that don't have good stats can go for like 1k. But because they did have half decent stats, they go for more. And people would have probably posted them for more anyway, and if they haven't, just post them for more. And if you do get a proc, which other people don't have, so you look, say there's only 2 cloth boots on your auction house, you're on a low pop server, there's only 2 boots, one with haste mastery and one with haste versatility, and then you get a crit mastery and there's no crit cloth boots on your server, then just bump the price up yourself, just put it up yourself. TSM will probably post it for a normal price anyway, but if you don't use TSM or whatever, just put the price up. You've got a stat no one else has, and I'm sure there are some cloth classes that really like crits, mages maybe, I have no idea, but there probably are, and those guys are going to be buying your more expensive boots over someone else's less expensive because you got the right stats. Now another related thing, and that which we have talked about earlier in this video, is Obliterum. Obviously that 850 gear, whilst it might have good stats, it will still be a downgrade on the boosted character's 870. But if you obliterate it up, it goes to 900, it's an upgrade. A lot of Obliterum is going to be selling the next few days and weeks guys. It's going to go up in price, and if it doesn't, you can boost it up in price, and at least the sale rate will definitely go up. And it's time to kind of take notice and try and make a bit of gold from that. If you see this mail I got a week ago from Sifix, big fan of your vids, yeah, he sent me a very nice mail, so thank you very much. Hope he doesn't mind me using this in a video. But anyway, he was talking about my Obliterum video I made a few months ago, and how you could obliterate gems and turn them into amazing profit. Anyway, he's still doing this, and he's still doing it now, and he's buying crafted gear that you can obliterate and make an absolute ton. So the gear he is buying is the 885 gear, like the shoulders, the Argus ones that you learn when you go through Argus, so a bit harder to unlock these than just learning a random profession and going from there. But if you have had a profession for a while, you've done Argus, it's pretty simple. You can just go and unlock these professions. Obviously they start at 885 and they have Primal Obliterum. You can upgrade them to 225, I think, something like that. Anyway, not only will these be selling at the moment, as we just talked about, but if they're selling cheap, you can buy them up and obliterate them. Obliterating each one of these gives around over 2 Obliterum. And you can buy them for under 500 gold, so that gives you, if Obliterum's around 500 gold like it is on my server, that doubles your gold. So look here guys, the Fiendish Shoulders are around 350, 400 on my server for the cheapest ones. Obviously there are others for much more expensive, we're not going to be buying those. And my Auctionator and TSM seem to be broken, but whatever, we'll go old school guys, look at this. Old school buying. So these are 400 gold each, they net over 2 Obliterum each. Each Obliterum is worth, what is Obliterum worth on my server right now? 450, so you're over doubling your gold doing this guys. Here we go, just obliterating 221 ash, same as last time pretty much, 225, so there you go. So around every 4 of these gets you 9 Obliterum, or just over 2 per one. So over doubling our gold right there, pretty awesome. Another thing to look at is those dual crafting gems. So Labradorite is usually the cheapest one, and it's going for about 170 gold on my server. So if we buy out a few of these, and we will obliterate them, and we'll see what we get. So we bought 20 of the Lightsphene, Labradorite even, not Lightsphene, you can buy Lightsphene, and we'll see what we get. So 54 ash, 51 ash, can see a trend happening here already, 60 ash, there you go. So it's between 50 and 70 it seems like, so what should we call it, about 60 on average, 55 to 60 on average maybe. Pretty cool. Yep, definitely seems to be about 60 on average. So an average of 60, or around 3 Obliterum per 5 gems. So with the gems valued at 170 each, 5 of those would be 850. So 850 gold spent, which nets you 3 times 450. 450 is the price of Obliterum on my server. So that's 1350. So from 850 gold spent, we're getting 1350, which is over 50% profit. There were way more I could have bought, and I could have made way more gold. So please do check your own servers for Obliterum, guys, and get doing it. The price is only going to go up for Obliterum over the next few days at least. And yeah, remember, do not list it at the lowest price. You should always sell it in stacks of 10, and stacks of 5 also work. I'd mix it up, but mostly in stacks of 10 if you can. And just price it for higher. So if the price is 450 gold on your server like mine, the price of 10 may well be 550 or even 600. Guess what, guys? People are lazy and they'll just pay the price of 10. So I'm actually making a lot more profit than I stated, because I was stating the absolute minimum price, whereas we are selling these for a lot more, hopefully. Okay, so right now on my server, the stacks of 5, 10 and 1 are all the same, which is a bit annoying. It's often a bit different. Look, someone putting them at 480, those will probably start selling as well. But do check your server, it can make a big difference, the stack size. And one final thing I did want to talk about is the new sort of leveling boosting that's going on. So because of the leveling changes and the level scaling since 7.3.5, it's become a really good way of leveling, just boosting someone with a max level character through dungeons. So if you're on a max level, you can boost someone through dungeons on a lower level character, and they'll still get XP for it, and it's a really good way to level. People are saying it's one of the fastest ways, so that is certainly a thing which you can do. Now, I'm not going to go too much into this one because I don't actually know that much about how it works. I've just read and I've seen people doing it, and you can make a half decent amount. Obviously the 100 to 110 boosting has always been there, particularly the twinks. So the level 101 twinks can boost you from 100 to 110 really quickly. Like this guy's got an 855 level 101. He charges 2.5k a run. Each run takes like 3 minutes usually. So you can do 10 runs an hour easily. And yeah, pretty decent. Especially when you're selling to 3 or 4 other characters at the same time. Is really good. But yeah, those level boosting should be doing pretty well at the moment. Obviously, when the allied races people are leveling hit 100, maybe they can't be bothered to do Legion, they'll get a level boost. Or people just wanting to be boosted right from the start, and you can go with your max level and boost them through 1 to 60 dungeons and then 60 to 70, whatever. Again, you can look up some guides if you want to know how that works. I wouldn't suggest it's the absolute best way of making gold. It's a bit annoying, but if you do enjoy boosting, then that can certainly be a thing you get into. Anyways, that is it for this video, guys. Just letting you know my thoughts since the pre-order came out and what can make you some serious gold over the next few days. I'm going to get crafting again. Daily craft is back on because making serious gold with that crafting gear. So thanks for watching, and until next time, see ya.